Let me tell you guys about what we're going to be discussing today, right? So today we're going to be introducing a brand new product that we created called the All Access Plan, or in other words, how to make money trading without making expensive and emotional mistakes, right? A lot of people, when they trade, they tend to make a lot of decisions based off emotion, for better or for worse. We're going to teach you how to avoid that, how to avoid these expensive and emotional mistakes. Cool. So I got to ask the question here. Are you guys ready to get started? Who's ready to get started here? I'm pumped. Very cool. We're still getting people joining and joining. I see a couple of chats here. Yes, ready to get started. Awesome. Great, guys. Cool. So before we jump into all of it, let me tell you a few things. A few key points before we get started, right? So first of all, if you've ever lost money trading in the past, it's not your fault, right? And the reason why it's not your fault is because you're trading on emotion. You didn't have data to back it up, right? A lot of people, when they trade based off emotional things. You didn't have that data. You didn't have that software to help you out, like what we do, right? If you've been concerned in the past that you can't succeed with trading, well, let me put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right person to explain it to you and the right tools to make it happen. Number three, big hedge funds want you to think that you need a PhD to make your own trading algorithms. That is totally wrong, completely and totally wrong, but they want you to think that, right? They have their own reasons for thinking that, but that is not true, right? Simply, plainly not true. I've taught a lot of people how to build this stuff, definitely not PhDs, and some of them, quite past that point in their lives to even attain something like that. Number four, if you ever thought that banks want you to fail, you're probably right. They really don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep your money and you under their control, right? This is it's not in their best interest for you to get off of the bank and whatever they're selling you and be successful on your own. They just don't want that, right? And I know you have a dream to make lots of money and to make a big impact in the world. Well, I want to show you how to make that happen during this webinar. All right, that's what we're going to try to do here. Okay, so what you're going to get out of this webinar, right? So really for two different kinds of people is what we're doing this for. All right, we're doing this for traders or investors who have never programmed before, right? We're going to give you a clear path on how to learn coding and how to very quickly start applying this to your trading. We have lots of code that you can copy and paste, and we have lots of AI tools that can help you do this kind of stuff. So even if you've never coded before, you're an investor and you're a trader, we can help you here, right? If you're a trader or investor and you're an experienced programmer, you also learn some stuff here, right? You'll learn how to apply your skills to finance, access dozens, like over 100 of advanced trading strategies, and a thriving community of people to build algorithms with, right? So you're going to get a great community, you're going to get a lot out of it. So whether you're a coder, whether you're not a coder, as long as you're a trader and you're an investor, I think you're going to feel right at home here, right? Okay, so what is my goal for this presentation? What am I trying to do for you guys, right? Well, my goal is to get you to believe that algorithmic trading is the key to unlocking incredible success in your trading and in your investing. I'm going to show you my proprietary frameworks that will make it simple for you to achieve that result, right? Also, if you guys stick around to the end of this presentation, there's a gift that I'm going to give to you guys. You're going to get a coupon code. You're going to be able to save a bunch of money, right? So if you stick around to the end, you're going to be able to get that, right? Okay. So here's our agenda for today, right? I'm going to share these slides with you. So let me do that. I'm going to put this into the chat so you guys can take a look at them. All right, so you can come back to it and, whatever you need to do, right? But first, we're going to start off with who's on this call. I want to get to know you guys a little bit. So this way I can tailor this towards you and I can understand who we're speaking with. Then I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to tell you about my epiphany and why this is such a big deal to me, right? And kind of where that all came from. I'm going to tell you about all the products that are included inside this package. There's a lot. You're going to get a lot out of this. We're going to talk about our case studies. And then I'm going to show you how to get this if this is something that you're interested in, which I think you will be, especially going through all this. I know I'm very excited about this. I think you guys will love it as well. right? So for starters, let's get to know you guys, right? So who is on this call? You could type this into the chat, right? Just type in, what is your occupation? What do you do for a living, right? Do you own your own business? Are you a software developer? Do you drive trucks? Like, what is it that you do for a living? Do you know how to program? Have you ever coded before in your life? And how much investment experience do you have? How long have you been investing for or trading for, right? And you guys can type that out into the chat. We'll be able to get to know you a little bit better. All right. And while you guys are doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. How I fit into this situation and why you should even care at all about what I have to say, right? So this is about me. So my name, Robert Grezik, right? I've been programming computers for about 25 years. It's been a long time. I was a child when I first started doing this. This is kind of a nerdy childhood for me. I have a master's of finance degree from a top school. It's a school in Canada called Schulich, but it's like an Ivy League type school in the country. I have a master's of finance degree. I worked for 10 years at financial technology companies or Wall Street, right? Kind of between Toronto and New York for the most part. I've created an app that has processed over $50 billion in mortgages. I put together that whole team. We built that thing from scratch. Actually, I think probably a lot more than 50 billion at this point. I'm being actually kind of conservative. I also helped create a $3 billion financial company. If you saw in the stock market, it's worth $3 billion. It's trading on the TSX Venture Exchange. And that company is called Voyager. They kind of got killed during the whole crypto rush, but at one point in time, the company was worth $3 billion. I was employee number 4 and helped start that thing from pretty much nothing to a very large company. We had some pretty amazing investors. We had the investors, some of the guys that started Uber were investors in us. We had a lot of really good stuff going on. I'm also managing millions of dollars of investments between my families, and a bunch of other people. So I've been managing money for quite some time now. This has been millions of dollars, but over a very long time period, right? We've done quite well for our investors and for ourselves, right? My wife and I. But it wasn't always like this, right? I've gotten to this point in my life now where I'm very happy with my investments and it's growing quite well. But years ago, specifically in 2008, I blew up my entire investment portfolio. I started off on kind of a rough note in investing, right? I didn't know how to manage my risk very well back then, and I was just really relying on others for investment advice. This was pre-YouTube, or I guess pre like big YouTube, but I was just trying to get other people's advice and, oh, should you do this or should you do that? And instead of doing that, I've now learned how to check myself, right? How can I check up on their ideas? Oh, you have an idea to invest like this? Well, let me see, right? I've, definitely come a long way since then, right? So you guys have written in a lot. So let me go back to the slide here and we can read off your comments. I'm very excited to get to know you guys. All right, so Stuart says, I code algos and have been doing so in multi-charts and TradeStation, but not in modern languages. That's very cool, Stuart. I think you're going to really like what we're doing here today. You're going to love being able to take it to the next step. Absolutely. I've used TradeStation. I've used a bunch of these other ones. They're kind of limited, right? When you use a more modern language like Python, you can really push it to the next level using things like artificial intelligence and all these things that you just can't do with TradeStation, right? Halston says, and welcome, Stuart. Halston says, real estate investor, stock options trader for 3 years, no programming background, right? Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Alston. Real estate investor. It's great. You're already in the field. You've been doing this for a while. You've been trading stock options for a while. You don't have programming experience. That's fine. I'm going to talk a lot about that today and how you really don't need that programming experience. We've spent many, many years making this super easy to get started with. You do not need to be a programmer to get started with this. However, if you are, you can really take it to the next level. Stuart, also live in Toronto. That's awesome. Welcome. Very cool. I live in Toronto as well, actually in Kleinburg right now. Looking out my window, definitely like this area. We used to live downtown Toronto, my wife and I, right next to the CN Tower in City Place, if you know where that is. Tim says, self-employed doctor, manage my IRAs, zero programming and no time to day trade. That makes a lot of sense, Tim. Very cool. And thank you for being a doctor. I have a lot of respect for your profession. And it makes sense, you're managing your IRAs, you want to figure out how to make more money, right? And we'll talk a lot about that today and how you can do that. And you say you want to save time, you don't want to day trade. Well, when you're using these algorithms, it can really save you a lot of time, right? There's a little bit of an upfront cost in learning it, I'm not going to lie. But once you've learned how to do this stuff, you can really go flying. And we give you a lot of algorithms that you can use right out of the box. So you really don't have to be spending tons of time developing this stuff. You just use what we have, right? You just take what we already have and use it. Akash says, occupation, information technology architect. Very cool. We have a lot of programmers today. That's awesome. Programming skills. We'll let someone else in here. Programming skills, proficient in multiple languages. Awesome. It sounds like you know what you're doing. And years in trading too. Very cool. Akash, you are like the perfect person to get into this. If you could take all of your programming skills and apply them to the world of finance, you could do some really amazing things. I've seen people that have this programming experience get into this stuff, and it's just like incredible what I see them build. Actually, even people that don't know how to code, I've seen them build some amazing stuff. AI has been quite powerful lately. You could do a lot of really incredible things with such a small amount of effort. So welcome, guys. This is fantastic. Thank you for that. It's been great getting to know you. That is absolutely fantastic. Cool. Okay. So I've told you a little bit about myself. I'm not going to go over that again. But let me tell you kind of my origin story, right? So why did we get into algo trading? Why am I spending basically my life doing this now? We've been doing this for 4 years, but I've been doing it a lot longer before then, and I plan to spend the rest of my life doing this stuff. And why do I care so much, right? So let me tell you a story. Yeah. So it was 2008, right? I started investing somewhere around 2006. So 2008 was like kind of beginning of investing, Akash, kind of like you, 2 years in, right? It was 2008, and I basically lost my life savings, right? I was still fairly young, it's like in my 20s, but that hurt, man. Like that was really painful. It was like around $30,000 at the time. It took a lot of effort for me to save up 30 grand when I was in my 20s, right? I really like cut back on everything and just try to save, and just lost everything in 2008, right? And obviously I felt terrible, right? It took years to save that up, right? But really that gave me this fire needed. I'm like, you know what the hell, like what went wrong? How do I fix this, right? So put like a fire under my butt to try to get this going, right? So what I did was I applied to a Master of Finance program at a school called Schulich. Again, it's kind of like an Ivy League school in Canada. You probably wouldn't hear of it if you grew up in the United States. Some of you guys here are in Canada, so you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I applied to the Master of Finance program, got in, which is amazing. I like really worked my ass off to get in there, and I was really determined to learn, like, what the heck happened? How do I fix this? How do I make sure that never happens to me again? I also wanted to work in finance. I always found this interesting, but really my main goal was, how do I make sure I don't blow up my life savings again? Because that was pretty tough. Okay. And what I learned going through this program, it just blew my mind. Like it was crazy, the things I learned. The professors, they really taught a way of like calculated investing, right? How to use math to do this stuff, how to do risk management properly, which back in the day, I thought risk management was a joke. I learned a lot about that. It's like, I couldn't disagree more now, right? Learned about how to use historical data, how to analyze companies, how to do all this stuff. I learned some really, really amazing things throughout this. I had some great professors. I remember as one professor in econometrics, I became so obsessed with this class. I think I got like a 99% in this. There's a lot of other very smart people. I was very competitive, but I just became so obsessed with this. It's crazy. I spent hours every single night, and this is outside of schoolwork, right? This wasn't even part of schoolwork. Outside of schoolwork, I spent hours every single night building these big Excel spreadsheets and little programs to analyze stocks and to build the perfect portfolio. So I was really just trying to figure out, how do I do this? How do I make money without blowing up everything? How do I do this? I tried all these different things. What if I bought this? And what if I bought this? And what if these two combined? And what if I bought it when this happened? And I was just messing with everything, right? And after doing that for many, many hours, every single day for more than a year, I really started to understand like exactly why I lost all this money, right? It became so obvious. It was like, you look at these numbers like, oh, obviously that was a terrible decision. Like if you were to replay that and go back like 20 years, I would have lost my money over and over and over again, just because I wasn't taking the right risk management practices. I wasn't doing things the proper way. And, obviously I was going to lose money, right? Like, I mean, if I had known that before 2008, I would have never lost my life savings. I would have maybe lost some money, right? It was 2008. It was a terrible time for the markets, but I would have gotten out of it much, much better and much stronger footing going forward, right? It really became quite obvious going through all the numbers, right? So what I did is I took all the stuff that I learned, right? And I applied it to my own money, to my own investing, and I applied it to all my family's money, right? So I took over. This is kind of a sad time in my life. My dad passed away around that time. So I kind of took over the family's finances after that. He used to run it himself, but then, I have a master's in finance, so, it kind of makes sense for me to run it. So I started running my family's money and my own money as well, right? And holy crap, did it pay off. I think at the time I started with around $200,000, right? Which was like my family's like entire nest egg of everything that they've made in their life, and holy crap, we turned into a heck of a lot more money. So fast forward a couple of years, it's been a few years now. There's been all these different crashes, the 2020 crash, the more recent crash that happened this past year and all that. We got through all of that scot-free and actually made more money after all that. And at the same time, I was able to make my mom, who's a widow now after all that, I was able to make her multi-millionaire. She travels the world now. She's actually in Poland right now. She just goes to Poland for 4 months out of the year because she wants to and just wants to relax a bit. I grew my wife's portfolio, her investments. When she came to me, she had a decent amount of cash, but didn't really know how to invest, didn't really know how to do it. I took that and I made her more money in 2 years than she made in the past 10 years in her investing. And then on top of that, I also own, that's weird. I own also now a $4 million company, Lumiwealth. So we've come really quite far. We were able to take that money and reinvest in the company. We've come really, really far ever since those days. That day in 2008 when everything just went to zero, we've come a very, very long way since then, right? So this is why I'm passionate about this stuff, right? Like I spent all that time learning these different ways to calculate these things, and that really, really paid off a lot in the long run. Okay, so let's talk about what you're going to get out of this program. Okay, there's going to be a bunch of things that you get from this program, and this is a brand new one that we've created. We normally would sell these things individually, right? If you actually look on our website, you'll see that each one of these, there's something like $3,000 each, and then we have our live algo hour, it's $200 a month. We have one-on-one support, we charge $200 an hour. So we've taken all this, we've bundled all this up for you into one nice package that I think you'll find to be very affordable and very worth it, right? So, but before we jump into what each one of these things is, and we'll go into all the details, this is what you'll be able to do, and this is what you'll be able to get rid of when you're doing this program, okay? So first of all, what you'll be able to do, you'll be able to analyze your own investments using data, right? So not just based off of some person on YouTube or your friend's opinion or whatever. You'll be able to use hard data and say, this is a good idea, this is not a good idea, right? You'll learn how to build algorithms to automatically place trades for you, right? So, there's, I forget who it was, Tim, you're the doctor here, right? You don't have time to day trade. Well, you can just take these algorithms and just use them, right? You'll learn how to build your own. You'll be able to use their existing ones. This will save you a lot of time, and you don't have to sit there day trading all day long on the computer. You also gain an in-depth understanding of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. How does all this stuff work? How can you make money off of it in a way that's going to be very different from the way that you learn it in the mainstream. I think cryptocurrencies, pretty much everyone's just trying to steal your money. You're going to learn how to actually get around that and learn how all this stuff works and get ahead that way, right? You're also going to learn the fundamentals of artificial intelligence, super hot topic right now. You're going to learn how to use this stuff. You're going to learn how to apply it to trading, and you're going to learn how to use it to make a lot of money, right? AI is quite a powerful tool, and we'll show you many different ways on how to use that throughout this program. And a lot more, right? It's too many things to name, but those are a couple of the highlights, right? Some things that you'll be able to get rid of, right? And this is almost more important than what you're going to get. You're going to get rid of expensive mistakes that can cost your life savings, like mine, right? I blew up my portfolio in 2008. I do not want any of that to happen to you guys. I want that you guys to all be able to avoid those mistakes, and we'll be able to show you how to do that using technology, using data. You can figure out, is this a winning strategy? Is this not? Is this something that's going to make me lose a lot of money in the future? That's very important. I think, if anything, that is probably worth in itself many thousands of dollars, right? For myself personally, would have saved me 30 grand back in 2008, right? You're also going to get rid of searching YouTube for days, trying to figure out how to get started with algo trading. It's very dispersed. Everyone's got all these different opinions. There's all these different ways of doing this. We'll be able to shorten that down for you, make it a lot simpler, a lot more concise. You don't have to go around scouring the internet for this stuff. We'll make it a lot easier for you, right? Number three, you're also going to be able to get rid of getting scammed by people. And honestly, it's crazy how often I hear this stuff, and it scares me, to be honest with you. So many times people come to me saying, basically the idea is you go on the internet and everyone's saying, oh, I have this algorithm, I have this AI thing, and just give me your money and I'll make you 1,000% a year or some crazy stuff like that. I swear to you, I think it's every single day on the phone between myself and our sales team, I hear someone else that got scammed. And it's really unfortunate. And I hate seeing that, because you could have taken that money, you could have used it and actually built something meaningful in this world. Instead, you give it to some crypto scammer and they just run off with your money. That happens way, way too often, right? And I'll show you that the course that we're going through is very much different than that, right? We're giving you the code. You run this yourself. We're not taking your money, right? We are not something like that. Give me your money. Oh yeah, I'll make you a bunch. No, here's the tools. Here's what you need to do, and you could do it yourself. Your money stays in your own hands. No one's stealing this. No one's running off with it. You're never going to fall for one of those scams ever again. All right. So we're also going to be saving you lots of time and money. To give you an idea of what it took to build this course, this took a lot of time and effort, right? And I actually don't think this is the full extent of it, right? But this is what it took for me to create what I'm about to show you, okay? It took 4 years and well over $100,000. There's a lot of my own blood, sweat, and tears, my own time, a lot of people we've hired over the years to create our technology called Lumiwealth that we're going to give to you for free. You're going to be able to use this and be able to run your own algorithms from it. This took us many, many years and a lot of money to do it, right? It took us over 500 hours to create our core class. Our core class is algorithmic trading. It took us over 500 hours to build this thing. I've taught this over 4 years. I've taught this multiple times every single year. It took a while to build at the beginning, and we just constantly improved it over time. It's been a lot of effort to build that thing out, right? 1,000+ hours. I think that's even generous. I think we've done a lot more than 1,000 hours actually to creating all the rest of the classes, right? You saw there's an algo trading class, but there's a bunch of others, right? We spent over 1,000 hours and $200,000. Honestly, I think even more than that to creating all the rest of these classes. So you're getting all of that, right? You're also getting 1,000+ hours of all the algorithms that we've created. We've created a lot of different algorithms. We've created our diversified leverage. We've created our crypto trading algorithms. We've created our options trading algorithms. We've created our, all these different things. It's taken us thousands of hours, not just creating the algorithms, but testing them and making sure that they work well in order for you to actually get access to this, right? So lots and lots of hours into that. And not to mention thousands of hours creating our community. We have a very thriving community on Discord and inside of our classes and all that. We have a lot of people that have done this. We've spent thousands of hours getting more and more people involved in this and really building up that community, right? So that's what you're going to get out of this, right? Okay. And then at this point, you might have a few things that you're thinking in your head, right? And you might have a few beliefs, and let me address those few things before I show you the details of this whole product, right? So one belief you might have is that this is going to be very hard and it's going to take many hours of your time, right? The truth is that we've perfected this program, like I said, over 4 years to make this very easy to get started, even if you don't know how to code. Even if you're not a coder, you've never done this before, it's very easy to get started. We've really spent a lot of time making it easy for you guys to do this, right? Another belief you might have, and I mentioned this before, is that this is just another scam. They're trying to steal your money, because there's a lot of them out there, and it's true. And I don't blame you for thinking that, because it's crazy how many of these people are out there. Like my own mother had, like $5,000 stolen from her back in the day from some crypto scam. I'm talking to someone recently that got like $30,000, $40,000 stolen. It's crazy. It's rampant. It's everywhere, right? The truth is, though, we are very different than that. We do not take your money. I do not want you to give me your investment dollars. That stays lock and key on your own system, on a cloud platform that you control, and you will be controlling your own money. I am not going to be taking your money. I'm going to give you the tools to invest with it, but the money stays in your own account with your own passwords, all secured. Okay. Another belief you might have is I'm not computer savvy. I won't be able to do this, right? The truth is, we've taught thousands of people how to do this, like literally thousands of people. Some people even, over 65 years old, like think about like your grandpa, right? Or, your older parents, right? That are, can barely use a computer, right? Like barely able to turn the thing on. We've been able to teach people like that. If we can teach someone like that to build these algorithms, to run them, believe me, we can teach you how to do it, right? Another belief, I'm an amazing coder. Maybe you're the opposite, right? Maybe you're someone who's a really good coder, right? And this will be too easy, right? You're thinking this is too easy, it's simple, okay? The truth is that we're one of the most advanced programs for algorithmic trading in the world, right? Go out, check it out. There's really not that many other programs out there that can do what we do, that have had this whole, that can teach you this sorts of things, right? We're really one of the most unique in the world for this sort of thing, right? And you'll be able to learn techniques ranging from very simple stuff, right? How to get it all started, right? All the way to the very complicated things using AI and all that kind of stuff, right? You can learn the whole spectrum. We've built this stuff over many years. You have the whole range of things you could do, right? Another belief you might have is this will be very expensive, right? The truth is that it is way more expensive to screw up your investments, right? If you think about it, how much money do you have invested? How much money are you going to save over your lifetime? If you don't do this, if you don't find ways to invest properly and to not blow up your account one day, that is going to be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you, right? So the truth is that that's actually the real expensive thing, is that when you screw up your investments and you lose all that money, that's actually the expensive part, right? Another belief is I'm new to investing and I need to develop my own strategy first. I've heard this from some people saying, you know what, no, I need to come into it. I need to have my own strategy. I'm going to figure it out. Well, the truth is that learning how to use data and software will speed up your learning process and help you avoid these expensive mistakes, right? You're going to be able to figure that out much faster. You're going to be able to figure out something that works much better. And you're not going to be making these mistakes of learning from some random person on YouTube and screwing up your money, right? You're going to be able to find a very systematic way of developing this stuff, right? Okay, cool. So are you guys ready to see the whole product and all the stuff that you get? Who's ready to see that? Okay, so here's a recap. This is what you're going to get, right? So we're going to give you our algo trading course. We're going to give you our AI for trading course. We're going to give you our options trading course, options algorithms, right? We're going to give you our crypto algorithmic trading course, our blockchain development course, our Web3 development course, our live algo hour, and our one-on-one support. It's a lot of stuff that you get for this, okay? And I'm going to show you that in just 1 second. But before that, let me show you some case studies of some people that have taken this program in the past, okay? So do you guys want to see some case studies? You want to listen to some people that have taken some of our classes and what they've been able to do? All right, so let's show you this. Let's show you guys. Okay, so here's, I'm going to show you just 2 case studies. We have a lot more. If you want to go to our website, you can go to lumiwealth.com/testimonials. We have a lot up there, right? But here's some people, right? So here's one person, Sintayan, right? So this is for you guys that, are programmers and you want to learn how to do this stuff, right? There's a guy that's a programmer. He learned how to trade. He, at one point, when I asked him, like, how are you doing? He said he's making over 400% a year using his trading algorithms, right? And he's a very active member of the community. You could actually speak to him on our Discord channels and all that. He's very active. You can ask him whatever questions you want. So let me show you the beginning of this video. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's like 15 minutes long, but I'll show you the beginning and you can kind of get a flavor of what this is about. So let me play this for you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and
you guys hear this,
why you chose Lumiwealth. So I am a computer science graduate, and I am a software developer currently. I develop automations for my current company that I'm working for. And also I develop full stack applications, web apps and APIs, as well as for my company. Uh, what attracted me about Lumiwealth was I loved some of their resources available on YouTube, which told me right from the beginning like what to expect from the classes. And also, I was extremely interested to learn finance and algorithmic trading. I mean, trading from a Wall Street veteran like you, Robert. I mean, you have extensive experience in leading teams into this in a particular branch of finance, and I was completely. I mean, I really wanted to be a part of that as well. I really love that there, during the classes we'll be going to perform like 2 live projects, which would give us like real hands-on experience, what we would expect in a real financial world. I mean, weekly 1-hour interactions with you and with the fellow students, I mean, that is always an added advantage that we have. Unlimited discussions and help that I got during my time, especially in the Discord channel that we had, was tremendously valuable to me. And also the opportunity to book, one-on-one time with you if I get stuck. I mean, that is something that is even more valuable, and that tremendously, attracted me to Lumiwealth. And you don't get that in other courses or any other. I mean, even if you selected a video course, you wouldn't get all these benefits. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely people love this, the live nature of things. Thank you for
Exactly.
that. I feel like you answered a bunch of the other questions we have, which is great. It's great. Just talk freely, right? I guess another question.
I'm gonna stop that there because, like I said, this is 16 minutes long. But if you guys want to check it out, this is under testimonials. I'm going to share this link with you if you want to watch this talk that I had, as well as many others. There's a lot on this page. I'm just going to quickly go into here. You'll see a lot of different testimonials, case studies of all these people that we've worked with throughout the years, right? I'm just waiting for these videos to load, right? All these different things down here. So you can go through, watch all of them, and Centine is this one right here. So if you want to watch that, you can get it from that link, right? Let me play you one more before we continue on. So here's a person from the opposite end of the spectrum, right? So Centine was someone who was a coder, and he really wanted to do this and like apply his coding skills to the world of finance. Here's another person, Latoya, okay? She never programmed before. She took this course, started from scratch, right? She built a really advanced signal trading bot. She's basically finding all these people that give signals on Discord, and like was able to take all that stuff and turn it into a bot to trade on her behalf. Really, really cool stuff. It's really impressive what she was able to build. She was using a lot of AI to do this kind of stuff. And she also got a new job throughout the program. She got a very well-paid job in the finance field. I don't remember exactly where it was. I think it was the JP Morgan or one of the bigger banks, if I remember correctly. Before that, she was a pharmacist, right? She went from being a pharmacist to working on Wall Street, essentially, right? So very big change there, right? Or at least working in the finance field in using computers, right? So let me play a little bit about her testimonial, just so you guys kind of get an idea here. All right, so here's Latoya.
Hi, my name is Latoya. I took Lumiwealth's live algorithmic trading course, the pre-recorded options trading course, and I'm signed up to take the machine learning and data science course later this week. I'm a pharmacist by training. I have no previous background or experience in coding. As far as finance goes, I was primarily a long-term buy and hold investor until about a year before taking the course, when I began to learn more about options and day trading. I was by no means profitable consistently in my day trades. I found that with my full-time job, there was limited time for me to get enough chart time to get better at trading, since my work hours typically overlapped with market hours for options trading. I started to see advertisements for Lumiwealth, and it was really attractive due to the ability to build algorithms to trade without constant input from me, and to be able to take some of the emotions out of trading, which was really tainting a lot of my trades. I loved the class. I was intimidated by the fact that I did not have any coding experience and was wondering whether or not I would really be able to go from zero knowledge to creating a bot within that 12-week time frame of the course. Lumiwealth guarantees that you will be able to create a bot, or not only do they refund you, but they pay you something like $600. So I was pretty confident about that. I joined some of the free webinars before I signed up for the courses. And I also joined their free Discord community before signing up and booked a call with them to discuss the courses. So I was really impressed by the knowledge base of the instructors during the free webinars and how responsive everyone was when I asked questions during the call, and in the Discord community, they answer questions very quickly in the Discord channels. The courses also have lifetime access. So when there are updates to the course material or when there are updates to Lumibot, which is pretty often, you continue to have access with each new version of the course. So all of that combined is ultimately what sold me on taking the course. When taking the course, Robert provided a lot of supplementary resources for us to enhance our Python knowledge for those of us.
So again, I'm not going to play the whole thing for you. If you guys want to keep watching it, again, check out that link I shared with you. This one here, lumiwealth.com/testimonials. You can watch the rest of hers. You can watch the rest of Centines. You can watch a bunch of others that are up there as well. We've had a lot of happy customers and very, very proud of that, right? That's a little flavor of the people that have taken these classes. They've really been able to accomplish quite a few things, whether you're a programmer and want to go to the stratosphere with this stuff, whether you're brand new to coding and you want to get started and really just find ways to improve your trading. There's a lot that you can get out of this, right? Okay, so at this point, you might be thinking, who is this for? Right? Well, this course really is for people who have never coded in their lives. You've never coded before, no problem. We've dealt with lots and lots of people like that. This is also for professional programmers. You can get really deep into a lot of this stuff, especially further down our courses. You get a lot of very advanced material that can really go down and get deep into all this stuff, right? This is for people that have $1 million+ to invest. We've had a bunch of students like that basically, generational wealth or whatever, they're throwing around $1 million like it's nothing. You could definitely improve your stuff that way. But then it's also for the people that are just getting started with investing, right? If you just got started, why don't you start off on the right foot? Make sure you don't make these mistakes that are going to really burn you in the future. If you do things right from the very beginning, you're going to end up getting very wealthy in the long run, rather than you make all these stupid mistakes in the short run, you blow up your account, whatever else, right? So that's what this course is for. All right, so now let me tell you about all the different parts that come with this, because there's a lot of things that come with this course. I honestly can't believe we're giving this to you for such a good price, but it does make sense because we want to keep you guys on board for a long period of time and keep improving with you guys over the years, right? So first thing you're going to get, right? First class you're going to get is our algorithmic trading class, right? This is our flagship. This is the thing that we've been really spending a lot of time improving over the years. This is really the class that's going to get you to the point where you can run your own algorithms. You can use a lot of our own, right? What this class is a 12-week class on how to create your own trading algorithms from scratch. Basically the same thing that all these advanced hedge funds are doing, right? If you're learning about all this quant trading and hedge funds, this is basically how they do their stuff, right? You're going to learn how to do that. You're going to get how to back test and run your algorithms live, right? You're going to learn how to, take this algorithm, take this strategy. Is it a good idea? Is it not? And if it is, how do you actually run it and actually trade with it, right? You're going to learn how to create your own algorithms from scratch and how to modify a lot of the algorithms that we have, and we give you a lot of them. And speaking of which, we give you 50+ algorithms in this course that you can use and run. We have all sorts of different ones. I don't have the time to go through all that today, but we have, our diversified leverage. We have our Congress trading strategy. We have our crypto trading strategies. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Normally this class, if you go to our website, and this is the page here, this would be going for $2,995. That's what we sell it for. Okay, next thing you're going to get our artificial intelligence for trading class, right? People lately have gone bonkers over all artificial intelligence. And there's a good reason for that, right? There's a really good reason why everyone's so obsessed with this, because it's so freaking powerful. Literally, this could make everyone on Earth not have to work one day. That's possible, right? So definitely a very powerful thing here, right? And basically, it's an 8-week class on how to create custom AI models, not just using ChatGPT, not one of those classes like, oh, this is the prompt that you give. No, it's not like that. You're going to learn how to make your own custom models and how to use machine learning basics to build some really, really interesting things, right? You're going to get out of it, you're going to get the fundamentals of machine learning and artificial intelligence, how to actually do this stuff for real, not just the ChatGPT prompt, right? You're going to learn how to apply that to stocks and more, right? So stocks, crypto, options, whatever. You'll learn how to apply that AI to all that, right? To the financial world. And you'll also learn how to create and use your own large language model, right? So it's kind of like building a custom chat GPT, right? So instead of just using chat GPT to do whatever with some prompt, you're going to learn how to actually customize this stuff. You got to learn how to plug into it and use it to actually trade for you, right? Again, as with the other class, this normally goes for $2,995 on our website. You can check that out here. That's usually what we sell this for, right? Okay, so I told you about 2 classes so far. These are 2 classes, $2,995 each. When you add those 2 up together, that's almost $6,000 in value so far. Okay, let's keep going though. You're going to get a lot more out of this, right? Next class is our options trading algorithms course, right? This is an 8-week class on how to create trading algorithms that trade options. You could do some very, very cool stuff. Options are very complicated, right? They're very difficult to trade normally, right? Like, I don't know, for those of you that trade options, you probably have like some Excel spreadsheets and all these different things. You're calculating things, right? There's a lot going on there, right? So to place an options trade, you have to use a lot of mental capacity to run these things and find out if you're doing the right thing. If you build it with an algorithm, it could do all that for you and automatically, right? So you don't even have to think about it. It's just creating it for you. You can create your straddles, your strangles, your bear call spreads, whatever it is you want to do. All those things can be executed automatically without you having to dig into 5 different Excel spreadsheets to figure out what's going on, right? So what you're going to get out of this, you're going to get the fundamentals of options trading, specifically from a data perspective, right? So it's not a regular options trading class, the basics of it. No, we're going to show you the data. We're going to show you graphs and how all this stuff actually works and how you can use code to actually check all these things. You'll learn how to back test and trade options algorithms, right? And you're going to get over 10 options algorithms that we at Lumiwealth have created and students have created over the years. And this is growing pretty quickly, right? I say 10 now, I think 20 in a year from now, 30, we're going to keep growing. We keep building tons and tons of algorithms for all this stuff. Hey, the value of this class, normally $2,995, right? So same as all of our other courses, right? So altogether, you take these 3, algorithmic trading, artificial intelligence for trading, options trading, you add all those up together, it's almost $9,000 of value that you're getting so far, right? But there's more. There's also our crypto algorithms course, right? And there's an 8-week class on how to create trading algorithms specifically for crypto coins. There's a lot of details around that in the crypto world, right? What do you want to trade? Do you want to trade one of the smaller coins? How do you get data on this stuff? There's all these details to this, right? You're going to get out of this how to trade algo trading, how to apply algorithmic trading to cryptocurrencies. And you're going to get over 15 crypto specific algorithms that specifically trade cryptocurrencies. You're going to get that out of this course as well, right? Again, this course, $2,995 that we normally sell it for. So when we add all this stuff up together, we now have around $12,000 of value, specifically $11,980 that you're getting so far, right? There's more. We're also going to give you our blockchain development course, okay? This is an 8-week long class on how to create your own decentralized applications. If you ever want to learn how to make your own crypto coin, how to make your own NFT, how to create lending products, how to do any of that crazy blockchain related stuff, basically, screw the banks and let's do it off of the whole banking system. You will learn how to do that in code and how to actually create this sort of stuff. You're going to learn a lot about the blockchain from a very advanced perspective. This isn't a regular crypto trading class where you're going to learn, oh, this is Litecoin, this is Bitcoin. No, you're going to get really into the weeds and you're going to really learn a lot about how this stuff works and you're going to become a crypto expert after this. Right? So what you're going to get is you're going to get the fundamentals of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and you're going to learn how to use Solidity, which is a programming language for Ethereum. So you're going to be able to build specifically smart contracts for the Ethereum blockchain. Very, very cool watching this stuff work. You can literally create your own bank using this sort of thing, right? Again, value that we normally charge for this is $2,995. Okay, so when you add all that up, we're up to almost $15,000 now, $14,975. Yeah. Another thing you're also going to get a Web3 development course. Yeah. So this builds on the blockchain development course. If you want to take this and really like create your own website to like sell cryptocurrencies and like make your own lending products and all that kind of stuff, like all that crazy things that's happening in the whole world of crypto, you're going to be able to do all those advanced things, right? It's an 8-week class on how to create your own decentralized websites, such as exchanges, such as games. You're going to learn how to create that kind of stuff, right? So what you're going to get out of this is how to integrate decentralized applications into websites, how to connect those two up together. You're going to learn how to create interactive websites using React.js. So you're also going to get some web development out of this. You're going to learn how to create your own websites, like advanced sort of websites. And you're going to be using React.js with Solidity projects. You're going to learn how to match those things together. And now that again, $2,995, when we add it all up together, almost $18,000 worth of stuff, right? Quite a bit, right? We're adding this up, yeah? But we're not over yet. It's not finished yet. What else are you going to get? You're also going to get our live algo hour community and our class. This is a very unique class. This is one that we started, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been a huge hit. People are loving this class. It's very different from the rest of our classes in the sense of our normal classes is like, okay, you take 8 weeks or 12 weeks and you learn whatever, right? This is a different kind of class, right? This is an ongoing weekly class where we're constantly innovating and creating new things, right? So basically we meet every week and I ask the question, what do you guys want to build today? And people have their own ideas like, oh, I watched this thing on YouTube and ICT, those guys are the best. They make some great algorithms. Or someone else will come along and say, oh, I saw this machine learning thing and I can like make this kind of trading. Or another person will say, well, I've been trading this strategy for the past 10 years, maybe a ton of money. You know, whatever that is, we'll take that, all those things coming in and we'll put a vote and we'll build something during that time. I will be building this stuff. I'll be coding it. You guys will be watching and telling me what to do, what to change, all that kind of stuff. So every single week, we're building a new algorithm, and this is the cutting edge stuff. Some of these things, if you look through, for example, here in our Discord channel, right? If you scroll up through here, and hopefully you guys have access to this. And actually, let me invite you guys to this because I think it would be good for you guys to have access. This expires in 7 days, so make sure you sign up sooner rather than later. It's put into the chat there. But if you scroll up through here, you see that we've been building all these crazy algorithms. Here's one that made 91% in like a month, right? 100% return in a month. That's incredible, right? Here's one, let me see. These are back testing results, right? Here's another one. Here's actually running it live. There's one strategy I ran live for a little bit. I made $10,000, fake money, mind you, right? Because we're testing these things. But I made $10,000 in like 4 days or 5 days. It's pretty amazing. What else here? You know, there's another one we're building here. This is a chat GPT based algorithm, made 300% from January 9th to June 30th. So what is that? Like 5 months, something like that. 300%. That's, if you annualize that, that's almost 2,000% a year. So this is like our cutting edge stuff that we're working on, right? You know, we're trying to find what is the next big thing? What is the next big strategy, right? It's an awesome program. Everyone really loves this one, right? So what are you going to get out of it? You're going to be able to ask the instructor to build an algorithm for you. If you have a strategy in mind, we can actually build that live during this class, right? Or you could just watch other people's algorithms get built and get ideas and use that code, right? You know, you get to watch that. It's a huge opportunity to learn some top trading strategies. Like you're basically peering into the mind of all these people that are building these crazy things. So you could just take that code and use it. It's amazing, right? And so far we have about 10 algorithms in there, but this is growing every single week, right? Every week we're going to get another algorithm, another one. You're going to be able to test all these out, find the one that you like the most, the one that has the best outcomes, and use that, or maybe use 5 of them at a time, so that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You could try out many of them at a time. A lot of our students do that. It's very cool stuff. This is usually $200 a month. right? And it's going to be included inside this plan as well. So now when we come back to this, you get algo trading, AI for trading, options trading, crypto, blockchain, Web3, and live algo hour, all that stuff together. And that is normally going to cost $18,000-ish, $17,970 specifically, plus $200 a month. That's normally what this would cost. Right? But there's more. There's one more thing I want to tell you guys too. Okay, one more thing that you get is you also get one-on-one support, right? Because I don't want you guys to sign up to this and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm stuck somewhere or whatever. So we're providing 2 hours every month, right? That's up to 4 phone calls a month. You could meet with us every week if you wanted to, right? Either with myself or with our team to help you build your own algorithms. If you get stuck in any of this code, if you want to help, creating something new or whatever you need help with, you get 2 hours a month, whatever you need help with to build this stuff out, right? Normally this would be $400 a month, right? Because, we charge $200 an hour, so 2 hours, $400 a month. But that's going to also be part of this here as well, right? So let's tally all that up, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 courses, 6 different courses, our live algo hour and one-on-one calls. All of that together normally would be $17,970 plus $600 a month, right? You're going to get all of that with this package that I'm telling you about here, right? Now, before we get into how much does it cost, because I'm sure you're wondering what that is, I have a limited time offer for you guys, right? And if you guys sign up by tomorrow, right, I've made this coupon code just for you guys, right? Because you guys have attended. I told you guys I'm going to give you, when you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you a nice little coupon code. Here's a coupon code. If you use this, RFRWMA, if you use this code in our checkout, then you are going to get an extra 20% off, right? That's my gift to you for attending today's class, attending this webinar. You're going to get an extra 20% off. So on top of all that value, you get an extra 20% off, which is great. Yeah. So you're probably asking, how much does it cost? All right. So here is the plan. Here's our all access plan. Yeah. It gives you access to all of those things I spoke about, all those different classes, 6 different classes. You can take any one of them for as long as you want, right? You're going to get one-on-one support. If you need us on the phone, we can build things for you. We can help you out whenever you're stuck, whatever. You're going to be part of this live algo hour, which is freaking awesome. By the way, we're building all the cutting edge stuff in it. You're going to get all of that, which would be normally $18,000 and $600 a month. You're going to get all of that for only $499 a month. Plus, you get that 20% off, right? If you use that coupon code, you get an extra 20% off. So you're only paying $400 a month. So you're really getting one hell of a deal. Assuming obviously you sign up by tomorrow, right? So this is where you can access it. And let me share this link with you guys here. This is into the chat, right? If you click on it, this is basically what it's going to look like, right? It's lumiwealth.com/all-course-access-plan, right? lumiwealth.com all-course access plan. You can go through here. You can read more about it if you'd like. Right? What are the benefits? We tell you all about that. And then what you get, right? All these things we talked about here, our algo trading course, our AI course, our options trading course, our crypto, all that stuff, right? Plus our live algo hour, plus our one-on-one support. You get all of that for only $499 a month. And because you guys stuck around, you get an extra 20% off. You only have to pay $400 a month, or even a little less than $400. So really, really good deal if you sign up by tomorrow. Right? If you want to sign up, by the way, you click on this add to cart button, right? And that's going to take you through and you're going to be able to sign up. And as soon as you sign up, you're going to get access to all of these courses. You're going to be able to start learning right away. You'll be able to start running these algorithms. If you need help with this, by tonight, by tomorrow, you'll already have a couple algorithms running and hopefully be making money already. All right? Very cool. All right. So, so how much would it cost if you had to do this on your own, right? If you're not convinced about this, right? And I hope you are, because it really is a lot of value that we're giving you guys for a very nice package there, right? But let's talk about if you had to do this on your own, right? you had to do this on your own, let's say you probably have to spend 500 or more hours learning how to create algorithms, right? You have to go on YouTube, figure out all this stuff, learn it one way, learn another. You probably make a lot of mistakes along the way, right? So at least 500 hours. I'd probably say a lot more than that. We're going to cut that down way shorter for you. We're going to give you even just the algorithms outright. So you'll spend maybe just 2 hours learning how to use them and then just get right into it, right? So you'll save a lot of time there. You're also going to save yourself from having to hire someone to make an algorithm for you. I speak to a lot of people like that, right? The going rate for creating an algorithm is around $150 an hour. Let's say it takes around 20 hours to make an algorithm, depending on what the difficulty, right? Some are harder, some are way more than this, than 20 hours, right? And that's going to cost you at least $3,000 per algorithm. And that's assuming that you have a good strategy idea, that your strategy actually makes sense, because you might spend $3,000 and it's garbage. And it's like, oh, you know what? I thought this would make me a ton of money. You create it, you back test it, and this thing sucks, right? So it's at least $3,000 for every single algorithm. We're going to give you over 100 they could use right out of the box that we've already researched, we've already studied, we've already tested. You're going to be able to use all those right out of the box, right? So you're really getting quite a bit of value out of this, right? Okay, cool. So, so that being said, do you guys have any questions for me before we finish up for tonight? You guys can type it into the chat. You guys can even turn on your microphones too if you want. Right, this is Zoom, so that's one of the benefits of a live setting like this, where you can actually ask questions and you know, you can communicate in a more high fidelity fashion. You know? So Alvaro asks, is there an annual commitment? No, there is not. If you want, you could join, go for 1 month, and you hate it, you can cancel. So that's another big thing, is there's not a big commitment from this. You pay that $400. If you hate it, that's really it. I think you're going to want to stick around. We're going to get on a lot of these different calls and really help you out with that. So Akash asks, is there a one-time lifetime access plan? Yeah, if you want to buy our courses individually, you can do that, right? So if you buy our algo trading class by itself, it's $3,000 to get access forever, right? If you want to do that for crypto, you get access forever, right? But that's going to cost you something like $20,000. You will get lifetime access. I personally think there's a heck of a lot better deal, right? So another question here is, if I already own the algo class, I won't lose it if I do this all access. No, you will not. You will simply get a lot more now, right? So you're going to get everything in your algo. You're going to get that lifetime access, right? And then you're going to get all these other classes too. You're going to get the crypto class. You're going to get the options class. You're going to get the AI class. All of them going forward. As long as you're paying this thing, you're going to get all the updates that come out as well, right? You're going to get part of the live algo hour. You're going to get the 2 hours a week. You're going to get a lot of that stuff. So, so no, if you already own the algo class, you're just going to get a lot more on top of that. It's a good question. So Akash says, I already have the algo trading and machine learning. Is there a further discounted option? We do not have a further discount option. This is, already a huge savings, right? If you already own those classes, the algo trading and machine learning, I'd be happy to spend some extra time with you one-on-one to actually help figure things out. But the course is going to be $400 a month, right? That's already a huge deal, actually. You know, we were planning to sell this for a heck of a lot more than that. You're already getting quite a big deal there, right? Cool. These are good questions, guys. Any other questions here? So I'm going to share this again inside of the chat here. The all course access plan. There is the link again. The discount coupon. I'm going to share that again. Right, I'm putting that inside of the chat here, right? And make sure you save those, by the way, because as soon as this Zoom ends, the Zoom session ends, you're not going to be able to access that again. So make sure you save that website and that discount coupon code. Again, that's valid until tomorrow. So I have another question here. So I have had the algo class for a year and you start using it. How is it best to get started? I think probably some great ways to get started is, first of all, go to the website and start watching day one of the algo trading class. It's a great way to get started. If you want, we could also do a kickoff call. I'd be happy to get on a call with you as well. And that goes for the rest of you guys. If you're interested in a kickoff call, as soon as you sign up, you can book a time with me here. Here's a link to my calendar, and you can actually book it that way. Yeah. That could be a good way for you to get started. Another question here. Do we have access to all courses, and can we start with any course? Yes, that's the whole point of this. Yes, exactly. Right. You can start off with any course that you want, right? You could start off with our options class, you could start off with our blockchain class, you could take any of them in whatever order you want. I would normally, if you want to start doing algo trading, I'd recommend you start with algorithmic trading and then work your way into options and machine learning. Those tend to be a little bit more advanced. The algo trading class is where usually people get started with this. So I'd recommend starting from that direction, right? However, if you want to start from blockchain, you don't have to. You could do it however you want. Right? Akash says, Rob, can we have a one-on-one whenever you have a quick 5-10 minutes? Yes, absolutely. So Akash, I shared that link with you here to my calendar. Feel free to book a time, right? It's my Calendly, Lumi Rob, 30 minutes. Feel free to book that time, and we can get on that call whenever you're ready, right? It gives you access to my calendar, right? So you'll see like whatever's open, just pick it, right? Cool. Blason says, I'm looking to get into the job market. Which one would you recommend? That's a good question. It really depends on what kind of job you want. If you want to work in crypto, I suggest starting with blockchain and Web3 and the crypto trading course. If you want to be in more traditional type finance roles, like analyzing stocks and that sort of thing, I start with the algo trading course and work my way into the AI trading course. Putting AI in your resume is like super valuable right now. People are paying crazy amounts of money just for like basic AI stuff, right? So I think I'd start off with those two if you want to use this to get a job. These are very good questions, guys. Cool. All right, so I see Akash, you booked that call here, so very cool. So I'll be speaking with you. When did you book it? I guess tomorrow. Cool. So I'll be speaking to you tomorrow. Awesome. All right, cool. So any other questions, guys? You guys have been very good at asking questions and talking throughout. So I'm going to post this one more time to the chat just because it keeps moving, right? Here is the link again to the course, right? Lumiwealth.com/all course access plan, dashes in between. And your discount coupon code is RFRWMA. If you use this by tomorrow, you guys are going to get an extra 20% off. And again, there's no commitment, right? You can cancel whenever you want. You try it for 1 month, you hate it, you don't have to continue, right? So worst case that's going to happen here is that $400. But I think you guys are going to love it, and you guys are going to stay on board because a lot of other people have signed up to this in the past and other things they love what they're getting for this. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, right? Okay, cool. All right, guys. So I think we'll wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I know I was very excited about getting this out. This has been a really big thing we've been working on for a while. So I hope you guys really enjoy this one. And I hope to see you guys in these classes. And as soon as you guys sign up, we get those one-on-one hours. We recommend that once you guys sign up, just to set up a one-on-one call, right? And that way we can kind of get you all situated and get you going in the right direction. Right. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in the class, and I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the night.